Hi everyone, welcome to my grammar lesson. I am Mr. Mustafa. Today I am going to teach you present perfect continuous tense. Let's jump in. There are many vocabularies related to activities mentioned in the given materials. Okay, I have two questions before starting our lesson. The first one is, for how long have you been living in this city? The second one is, since when you have been watching Netflix? We will answer these questions after explaining our subject. Now I will explain the present perfect continuous tense for you. The present perfect progressive tense indicates a continuous action that has been finished at some point in the past or that was initiated in the past and continues to happen. It takes the form of have or has plus been plus verb ing. Okay? The action is usually of limited duration and has some current relevance. For example, she has been running and her heart is still beating fast. And now I will give you the printed materials and you will try to fill in the gaps with the correct answers. Okay, pardon. Before before starting our practice, there is some examples about the present perfect continuous. Just I want to remind something. We have we have been waiting for her for 2 hours. Another one. You haven't been doing anything lately. Another one example. Have you been working out? You are so fit. How long have we been waiting for her? What has she been doing? And there is usage part. This verb tense stressed the duration of the action. Propositions since and for can be used. For example, she has been playing in the garden for hours. It means she is still there. Okay. It's also used to describe a long action that began in the past and has just stopped. The result of the action is clear or implied. For example, it has been raining. The ground is still wet. Okay, we can also use it to talk about something that has been in progress recently or lately. For example, you look wonderful. Have you been working out lately? Another one. Have you been smoking recently? I can smell cigarette smoke here. You have been talking talking things seriously lately. You haven't been talking think seriously lately. Okay, now we can start our practice. There is dialogues. Okay, and now we will complete the dialogues between writer and a reporter using the present perfect continuous tense and necessary prepositions. Okay, we will try to use it. They give some word, for example, into the box. Okay, you and write how long blank box, how long blank box. We will use as a subject you and as an action write. Okay, how long have you been writing books? As an answer, I can say I have been writing them for 5 years. Okay, how long have you been writing? The writing says I have been writing them for 5 years. Another one, how long have you been living in Africa? Reporter asks, and writer says, I have been living in Africa since 1998. Okay, I have been living in Africa since 1998. The writer, pardon, the reporter asks again, how long has your guide been working? How long has your guide working with you? Writer says he he has been working with me for 2 years. Okay, he has been working with me for 2 years. Reporter asks, what else? What else have you been doing in Africa? Okay. Writer says, I have been taking photos for my guidebook. Reporter asks, how long have you been traveling around Kenya? Writer says, I have been traveling since 6 a.m. Reporter asks, um, have you been walking around Kenya? Have you been walking around Kenya? Writer says, I have been driving. I have been driving and walking. Okay. And reporter asks, have have you been driving? Pardon. Have you been writing? Have you been pardon. Right. Right to elephants. She is asking, have you been riding elephants too? Writer answers. Writer says, no, no, I haven't, but I have been sending photos of elephants and many other animals to some magazines. I have sold most of photos. I have been um, I have been talking of becoming a full-time photographer. Pardon. I have been thinking I have been thinking of becoming a full-time photographer. Now we can come back our first questions before starting our lesson. Uh, we will use, and we won't forget this, to use verbs with ing. Okay, have or has been, and verb ing we will use. The first one question: for how long have you been living in this city? We can say I have been living, okay, I have been living in this city for 5 years, okay, or only five. The second one questions: since when you have been watching Netflix, okay, since when you have been watching Netflix. We can say I have been watching Netflix since 2015. Okay, our lesson finished for today. Thank you so much for joining my lesson. See you next time for next lesson. Okay, see you. Bye for now.